The training grounds of the Galactic Defense Initiative stretched across the sanitized surface of Station Kepler-7, a perfectly climate-controlled facility where the temperature never varied by more than 0.3 degrees. Sergeant Vexnor, a towering Crithian with 4 arms and bioluminescent skin that pulsed with irritation, stood before the newest batch of recruits. "Listen well, soft-worlders." Vexnor's translator rendered his clicking mandibles into standard. "This obstacle course is designed to push you to your limits. Gravity fields, environmental hazards, tactical scenarios, all within acceptable safety parameters." Isabella raised an eyebrow. The dark-haired human girl from Earth stood barely 5'6", dwarfed by most of the alien recruits around her. Beside her, Malachi, another Terran with sun-weathered skin and calculating eyes, crossed his arms and smirked. "Safety parameters," Malachi muttered. "That's adorable." The course began simply enough. Recruits from a dozen species scrambled through obstacles, climbing walls that shifted angles, crossing unstable bridges over shallow foam pits, navigating rooms filled with harmless smoke. The Zanari glided through with their natural grace. The Polvox used their multiple limbs to excellent advantage. Then came the humans. Isabella hit the first wall at a dead sprint. Instead of using the designated handholds, she launched herself upward, fingers finding microscopic imperfections in the supposedly smooth surface. She scaled it in seconds, dropped 15 feet to the platform below, rolled, and was moving before the monitoring systems registered her completion. "Recruit Isabella!" Vexnor's voice boomed. "That is not the approved method." She was already gone, disappearing into the smoke-filled corridor where other recruits stumbled and coughed. Isabella held her breath, moved by memory and spatial awareness, emerged on the far side while others were still fumbling at the entrance. Malachi took a different approach to the unstable bridge. While other species carefully tested each step, he studied it for 3 seconds, then ran across at full speed, his footfalls hitting only the reinforced points. The bridge barely had time to register his weight before he was across. "This is training, not a war!" Vexnor bellowed as both humans cleared obstacles in half the projected time. "You're going to injure yourselves!" Isabella paused at the top of a cargo net, looking back at the sergeant. "You're wrong." "Excuse me?" "This isn't training," she said, dropping down the other side. "This is recess." The tactical scenario was meant to be the climax, a simulated hostage rescue in a station under attack. Recruits were given soft projectile weapons, basic armor, and told to extract 3 civilians from a mock vessel while opposing forces pinned them down. Most species approached it methodically, using cover, coordinating fire teams. The humans watched for 30 seconds. "Thoughts?" Malachi asked. Isabella studied the layout. "Vault through the window, suppressing fire, 90 seconds, maybe less. 70 if we don't wait for the others. Recruit Isabella, recruit Malachi." Vexnor's voice carried warning. "You will follow the tactical protocol or you will be removed from—" They moved. Malachi laid down a stream of soft rounds that would have been considered recklessly aggressive by any military standard, forcing the simulated opponents into cover. Isabella didn't bother with the door. She launched herself through the window opening, tucked, rolled through broken glass simulation that would have given other species pause, and was among the hostages before the enemy AI could recalculate. The first civilian, a hologram of a Delphine child, looked up in surprise as Isabella grabbed them. "Stay low," she commanded, already moving. Malachi had advanced through his own hail of covering fire, using aggression where others used caution. They extracted all 3 civilians in 48 seconds. The entire training ground went silent. Vexnor approached the 2 humans, his bioluminescence flickering through colors that suggested deep confusion. That was not protocol. That was dangerous. Reckless. By all tactical doctrine, you should have been eliminated. But we weren't. Isabella said, checking her weapon with practiced ease. You exposed yourselves to crossfire, fell from dangerous heights, moved through hazardous materials. Yeah, Malachi interrupted. We call that Tuesday back home. The sergeant's translator struggled with the idiom. I don't understand. Earth is classified as a Class 12 Deathworld. Why were you sent here for basic training? This is for recruits from civilized planets, not survivors? Isabella's voice carried an edge. Sergeant, with respect, your entire species evolved on a world where the deadliest predator was about as threatening as our house cats. Your atmosphere is stable. Your weather is predictable. Your gravity is .8 standard. She stepped closer, and despite being half his size, Vexnor took an involuntary step back. We come from a planet that tried to kill us every single day, she continued. Predators that could rip us apart, diseases that could wipe out civilizations, weather that could flash freeze or superheat in hours. Our own atmosphere used to be poison until life itself changed it. We didn't have 4 arms or wings or natural armor. We had endurance, adaptability, and absolute refusal to quit. Malachi nodded toward the course. So when you say this is training, you're teaching us to be careful, to follow protocols, to stay safe. He smiled. And there was something fierce in it. We appreciate that, really. But where we're from, you don't survive by being careful. You survive by being faster, smarter, and more stubborn than everything trying to kill you. Vexnor looked between the two humans, then at his datapad displaying their course times, records shattered, safety violations logged, success rates at 100%. The directive, he started, then paused. The directive wants humans trained to galactic standards. Then maybe, Isabella said quietly, the galactic standards need to be revised. Later, in the recruits' quarters, Malachi found Isabella reviewing tactical maps. Think we made our point? She smiled. I think we reminded them why they recruited us in the first place. Outside, in the pristine corridors of Station Kepler 7, Sergeant Vexnor filed his report. By morning, the training protocols for human recruits would be completely redesigned. Not safer, not easier, harder. Because the galaxy was about to learn what Earth had known for millennia. When you need someone to walk through hell and come out the other side, you don't send the species that evolved in paradise. You send the ones who made paradise out of hell.